Introducing the all-new Western Enforcer V-Plow. Engineered with all the features, efficiency, and performance of full-size Western V-Plows, built specifically for your half-ton truck. For more information, visit westernplows.com.
Mike Bott from Frost Solutions, one of the owners of the company. What we do is provide a mini weather station to give you a tailored forecast to those particular locations so you know where and when and what to do in those parts of town. You know there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different ways that people can experience tremendous value having a technology like this.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Journey with your host, Dave Westcott. The Entrepreneurial Journey is a weekly podcast that streams live every Tuesday at 9:15 a.m. Pacific on Dave's YouTube channel and LinkedIn profile. Now here's Dave with this week's episode.
Good morning and welcome to the Entrepreneurial Journey. I'm your host, Dave Westcott, and I have with me this morning co-host Pastor David Lundquist with mBridge and special guests Melanie Barwick, Program Director at Haven at Blue Creek, and Jennifer Rhodes, Recovery Advocate at Haven at Blue Creek. Melanie's bio gives us a little insight into who she is. Melanie must never lose sight of why she is doing this work. As someone who rose from rock bottom to become the best version of herself, Melanie learned to love herself and take care of herself from other women in recovery. She is passionate about guiding women on their amazing recovery journeys, letting them know they are enough and reminding them of their worth. Jennifer talks a little bit about after walking through the shadows of addiction and mental struggles, Jennifer finds solace in her own recovery. Jennifer, a graduate of Haven, has turned her personal triumph into passion to help others navigate their own paths to recovery. Her ultimate goal is to be a beacon of hope to those who feel lost, alone, and consumed by the weight of addiction by empowering women to reclaim their lives, find self-acceptance, and cultivate personal growth. Jennifer finds her purpose in being a part of the Haven team. I hope I got those okay. Those are great bios. I wish I could memorize that entire thing before we went, but that would put a lot of strain on me.
That was a lot, yes.
Yeah, but they were nicely written. So, well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Entrepreneurial Journey. The purpose of this show, and I believe, is we speak to entrepreneurs, but I believe as an entrepreneur in business, we all have people in our lives that we know who have been through recovery, who may be struggling with addictions today. We all know those people, see those people, and I believe if we're in the space, we should be trying to give back, trying to make our communities a better place. Because if we're in business but we're not impacting our community, I don't believe there's a point in being in business. And me myself, I've had recovery and addiction issues in the past. I've got 15 years clean and sober. So I understand that journey. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a long journey to get there. But
Yes.
it's no matter who we are, no matter what we look like on the outside, we can struggle with addiction. And it can be something that we hide. It can be something that manifests in different forms. But I'm a believer in just giving back to community. And so I'm so glad you guys are on the show here to share your journey and about what's going on in your world with our audience. And hopefully we can help make a difference and an impact at the Haven at Blue Creek. Would you guys mind sharing a little bit about your stories?
Sure. So put me right on the spot there. My story, I am recovering. I've got 7 years in recovery, clean and sober. Thank you kindly. I started my journey and I went back to school and I started in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I grew up. Through my journey of going back to school and staying sober, I changed into a completely different person from the girl I was, when I first started and I started my journey. And through my connections with school, I actually got connected with Miss Colleen, who is the executive director and founder of Haven at Blue Creek. And I met her one day and we had an interview and we talked about recovery and we shared our journeys with each other. And she offered me a position to work at Haven at Blue Creek. My journey in recovery has been because of the women that took the time to not shame me, to not judge me, to love me until I could love myself, to teach me how to be honest, and to teach me how to be the woman that I've become, the woman that I never thought I could become, if I had never started this journey. I grew up with morals and values and all of those things, but when addiction takes hold, it becomes the power greater than yourself. For me, It ran my life. And I learned in recovery that it doesn't have to be that way anymore. And I get to be an honest, a genuine person now on this journey with Haven.
Wow, so good.
That's awesome. The addiction and the drugs that are out there today are rampant.
Yes.
They're
taking
powerful.
a lot of lives. Mm-hmm.
A lot of lives. And it's the numbers are just absolutely astronomical. So I think when you share it takes hold, I think that is true for so many people.
Yes.
And whether it's in forms of pills or drugs or meth or fentanyl or whatever they've got going on out there, like, it's some pretty serious stuff.
Yes,
and getting back from that, and getting back is hard. I love what you shared, that the women didn't shame you. There was no shame along the journey. And that's tough too, because I think there's always that imposter syndrome that kind of goes along with, how you feel like, oh gosh, I'm not worthy to be here. Oh man, these people are so much better. Oh, They have so much more going on for them. Oh gosh, what are they going to think of me if they know that I'm a recovering alcoholic or addict or whatever it might be? So thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So Haven at Blue Creek is an incredible facility. Tell us tell us just a little bit about the facility and just some of the programs that are there.
So the facility is on 300 acres out in Grimesland. It is a beautiful campus.
It is.
We have a chapel. We actually now have bees on site. So we're going to be making our own honey.
Wow.
No way.
That's awesome.
There's a woman in recovery that we have met, and she has partnered with us to come and bring her bees out there and teach the women about taking care of something and about what can be produced. I don't know a whole lot, but we're going to learn together with her.
That's awesome.
We do have a vegetable garden now. We have a chef that she works with us 4 days a week, full time, teaching the women about nutrition, preparing beautiful meals for us, and also maintaining a vegetable garden. We have a chicken coop. We have so many things, and we're growing all the time with just bringing more people on to bring more things for the women. So we want to encompass, this holistic, the spirit, the mind, the body, all of those things. And so we have yoga with a spiritual director that also helps women with exercise. She helps them on their journeys to develop their spirituality. Coming into recovery, not everyone knows or wants to believe or even talk about a higher power.
Sure.
And so she gives them the chance to explore it, as do we, in their own time. We also have an art facilitator that works with the women through art. And so they get to paint things. She does all kinds of amazing things. I'm not an artist, so I can't pretend to do what she does. But they very much enjoy exploring things with her. And it gets them to use different parts of their brain that maybe they didn't. Maybe we didn't, when we were lost in our addictions.
I love that.
Yeah, we also have EMDR if the women choose to participate in that for trauma therapy. We have group therapy that we do, of course, where we dive into if they want to learn more about AA or NA or Celebrate Recovery or Smart Recovery or Dharma Recovery. We give them the option to learn about all of those things so they can choose the journey they want to be on. We take them to church if they want to go to church. We do so many things.
That's amazing. You know what? I love the bees.
Yeah.
Did you know that we are bee farmers?
I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yes, we are bee farmers. We have a company called Honey for Hope, and we raise bees and we give the profit to charity.
That's beautiful. So you know more. As I'm saying, we're going to have a bee farm out there. You're like, I don't know anything, but y'all do.
No, I'm just excited.
That's awesome. It's great.
It's an amazing thing.
Bees are an incredible example of God's creation and order,
Yes.
and they are. The more you get into to the hives and you just watch, the more you're amazed.
Yes. That's what we're looking forward to.
It's amazing, and the honey, right, is so good for your health. There's so many
Yes.
positives here. Pollination, good for the environment. Bees, good for peace. Good to work in. Good to have fun with, and it's good for the soul.
Yeah, it's great. Great. You guys have horses as well, right?
Well, we don't have horses on site, but we do take the women to equine therapy. It's about 20 minutes. It's in Ayden, North Carolina. So we take them every other Friday, and they get to engage with the horses there, and they love it.
Yeah, I bet.
It's Friday. They look forward to Friday so they can go and be with the horses.
That's awesome. How long is the program if a woman's coming in and getting into that recovery journey? What does that journey look like for her?
We recommend 90 days. At least. So our facility, they graduate at 90 days or they complete at 90 days, but they also have the option to go into sober living with us. We will help them start employment. We will help them with insurance, all the things that they would need when they leave. We would like 90 days, though. That is statistically what produces, I hate to say produces the best result. That does not sound good. The most sustained sobriety is after 90 days is what they say. But really, in my heart of hearts, I believe that it's about the connection that they get with us when they're there and that they maintain that connection when they leave. One of the things about addiction is that it isolates you and you lose that connection with everything. And so they get that connection when they're there with us. And then if we can continue it when they leave, or if they stay and go into sober living, the longer they're with us, the longer we're connected, the better.
Yeah, that's awesome, because when you get out, you get home and you get to your apartment or your house or whatever it is, and there's no one to talk to and you're alone and you start getting a little down, and then you get a little down, and it gives you an opportunity to go out, and you go out, and you're just right back into the cycle.
Yes, sir.
So it really sounds like not only do you have 90 days, but it sounds like you're building a community of women who say, hey, we can reach out. We can be friends. We're doing a lot of things outside of just getting sober. We're actually, giving a life experience with all of the different things you guys are working on.
Do you see that? Do you see like a real community being built there?
I do. Definitely. And we hope that it will continue to grow. I think that the vision would be to one day have more places on site where women can move into and just stay with us as long, start going back to work and be on site with us as long as they want. At the moment, we have 4 bedrooms that are going into our barn, so women can just transition, go to work, and be there with us on campus. They're always welcome to come back, be in our groups, attend our alumni meeting, come for dinner. We invite everyone to continue to be with us in the community.
What's one of the biggest things you're working on or working towards, or where do you guys need the most help for anybody in our audience who, might be interested in saying, hey, I'd love to support Haven at Blue Creek?
Really, I think it depends on what they have, what they're, everyone has different things or different gifts that they're willing to give. So volunteering, we take volunteers, women that come out, and we had one come out recently and teach about poetry. The women loved that. That was her gift. She taught them how to write poetry and take their darkness and put it into something beautiful. We also, of course, take financial donations. We are looking to get our barn to a living, to have the 4 rooms for the women to live in, and also to have a game room downstairs. That's like a family home base for them to be. We are also doing a 5K run in April. So if anyone wants to sign up to be a part of that. In May, we have a, I forget what it's called, but it's like a concert where the women can come out, or anyone can come out and view and be a part of it. And so we're taking donations for that. In October, we have a fundraiser as well. So last year we did it. We did a dinner and a murder mystery. And so
Wow.
everyone came out, and and we did it at JP2, which is a local high school around here. And everyone came and sat and had dinner, and we did the murder mystery. And it's all about fundraising to make sure that we can continue to support the women and grow on this journey. Now, the last thing that I know of that we want to do is we want to renovate our kitchen downstairs in the residence. Just to be able to equip it better for what the purpose of it is. So it was originally designed to be a clubhouse, the house that we're using. And so the kitchen is not up to our chef would like it to be a little bit differently organized for her. So we're trying to remodel that kitchen. And so that's another thing that funding wise would be great to use the fundraisers for. Any type of donations would be helpful.
Awesome. So the barn, so the barn is it like a full like horse barn, or is it like a renovated barn, or?
It's renovated now. So originally, when I came on campus in 2022, it was 2 big garage doors, and then there was upstairs was completely unfinished, and the sides you just walked in and it was like storage. I don't know that there were ever horses in there that I saw.
Okay.
But it just looks like a big, huge barn. And then we've made it where the 2 garage doors are now like windowed garage doors. So that's where the art studio is. So they have all this natural light they can use. We have some offices in there. We have a gym on the right side with lots of equipment the women can use. We encourage physical exercise daily, to get that energy and those endorphins going. And upstairs is going to be the 4 bedrooms and a little small residence. There'll be a little kitchen and bathrooms in there for the girls. But we've always called it the barn. It's the barn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And down below, you want to add a living space, like a TV room, family room,
Yes.
game room.
Yes, sir.
Kind of hang out. That's kind of cool. Do you guys know about what that's going to cost you? Do you have a budget for that built out?
I'm sure that Colleen does. I do not know what the budget is.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a pretty cool project that you guys are working on. What are the biggest things that impact the ladies in recovery? What are the biggest stumbling blocks that you see them run into?
Really, I would think going back home, going back into the same environment, losing the connection that they have with us. The ones that I've seen struggle when they leave, they go home and everything's the same as it was when they left. And it's really easy to fall back into the same patterns.
Yeah, that's true. Do they come from all over the country? Do women come from all over the country?
They can. Locally is pretty much what we've gotten. I think we've gotten a few out of state.
Okay.
For the most part, though, they've been local around North Carolina.
Okay. What's the biggest tip for when they go home and they get back into that routine? How do you guys kind of coach through that?
We try to set them up with with the best routine that we can. With us, we try to keep things very scheduled. So there's no, we try to prevent the anxiety of knowing what's going to come next. We can get very anxious about what's going to come next. And when we go home and we go back into the same environment and we don't have a schedule, or we don't have a routine, we have that idle time and that anxiety starts brewing, that's when we can want to numb it. And we can want to go back to old behaviors or old relationships or old things that used to fill that hole inside of us and make us feel better. And so we try to set them up with employment and outpatient counseling and an alumni meeting with us. We would love to keep them as involved with us as much as possible, just to have that connection and know that they have us and they have someone that they can always talk to and someone that's going to be willing to listen to them whenever they need to be heard. It's not going to shame them. That shame word keeps coming up for me. So,
Jennifer, how many people have been in the program, and how many are there now?
There are currently 7 women living there now. Melanie could give you the number of probably more accurately as far as how many women have been through there since the opening in 2022. I was a resident there, so that's some of my backstory. And I was there last summer, and I have been living in one of Colleen's sober living houses since. So talking about going home, I did not go straight home and opted to stay here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has that been a big turn for you?
Oh my goodness. I can't, you couldn't have told me that a few years ago. This is not my first run. Many years trying to get to the place I am today. And every time I went back home, I am a wife and a mother of 3. And there is a stigma around a mama not being at home.
Sure.
Not just getting help, but then not going home. And that never worked for me. And when I came to Haven, Melanie talked about the holistic approach of mind, body, spirit. I got the mind and body part, and then I went home.
Yeah.
And, the Oxford group coined the term soul surgery. It's something that a medical doctor can't do.
No.
But that God can. And with that power and tapping into that power. And that was something I had missed. And so I got to focus on that when I was at Haven. And then staying allowed me to work on the foundation of having a routine outside of the structure that Haven provides, and working through that in a transitional period. So I've been here since I came to Haven in June. I have been in sober living since September and working at Haven, which is another great opportunity that's offered. There is some work to do. I have 20 years in business management, so I wouldn't listen to that suggestion either, that I need a recovery job and I'm going to work part-time and think about Jennifer for a little while. But man, the benefits and just the results and my recovery, my relationship with God, I've had time to work on that. And I'm grateful for a supportive family that has allowed me to do that and work here and stay here for a little while as I try to recreate my life and find this purpose that God has intended for me. And Haven and Melanie and team, like just such great support and the connection and being able to stay connected with them and through the alumni group and through working there and the recovery family that's being built here in North Carolina. So I recently, I'll give you a little update because it's exciting to me, but my husband and my kids, they've asked me to come home.
Yay!
That is the beauty of this program, and that is what Haven helped me to see. With God and Haven, I know that I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I know that I am valued, and that recovery is in my future. It's in my present, but it's going to be in my future. And as long as I stay connected to my recovery community, to God, to my recovery, this is only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Yes.
Another thing that Melanie didn't mention that Haven offers is family therapy, which has been really important to me. I held a lot of resentments, a lot of you should have kind of talk in my head. And through, just asking the questions and talking with a family counselor, which they did a great job of bringing people in and making that a part of the curriculum. My mom and I were able to talk through some things. There was some great conversation with my husband that was facilitated through a family counselor, and plans for the future that involved counseling with my family and my kids. And
Good.
So,
yeah. Oh, so good. So proud
that's
of you.
awesome. That's an awesome story.
Great stories. Great.
So
life stories.
when are you when are you planning? Do you have a date on the calendar to go home, or is it still up in the air?
It is sometimes towards the mid to end of May.
Okay,
Very
cool.
good.
So you're processing it through. You're not rushing it. You're keeping it easy and saying, okay, we're working the plan.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
Very
the beauty
good.
of it. I don't have to make any decision today.
Yeah.
I can finish what I've started here and just, plan it out and make sure it's right. I'm actually in school, so
Oh, good.
I will finish out the semester.
Good. What are you in school for?
I'm actually in the Department of Addictions and Rehabilitation Studies at East Carolina.
Oh, good.
Wow,
Good,
that's
good,
awesome. I'll say that, you guys look so happy. I mean, you look like life is pretty good,
Yes.
and that's a beautiful thing, because sometimes it's just, you see folks that are just so down, but you guys look genuinely like you're in a good place. And, that's
Doing what we love.
pretty awesome. Yeah,
Doing
that's
what we
very
love.
cool. So, we love supporting organizations like Haven at Blue Creek. As entrepreneurs, I believe that's our duty. 90% of the places that we give to are Christian in orientation because, those are my roots, Christian, God, family roots. But, I love what we're doing. I love this idea of the barn. I love this idea of this project, this remodel. I don't know why, but it just kind of sticks with me. So, what we'd like to do, at the entrepreneurial journey at TransBlue is we'll do a matching gift of up to $10,000. So anybody who wants to match and give, and they can give right through our mBridge website. We have a giving portal set up.
Yeah.
And you
Matter of
have a
fact,
number for that, don't
Yeah,
you?
if they, the number is text Blue Creek at 44321, and that'll take them directly to a giving page. So just Blue Creek at 44321, and the mBridge giving site will come up, and we will match
Up to $10,000 towards this remodel of the barn. And listen,
It's
we
wonderful. Thank you
we
so
want to see
much.
pictures of the barn. Like the barn is the barn is so exciting. I don't know if it means something to me because my office is in a barn. So we have 30 or 40 people that come and work in a big barn.
barn.
I don't know if the barn just touched my soul because I'm in the barn and we have bees and you have bees. I don't know, but it just
It's a
feels
great
like
thing.
there's a lot of really cool, connections there. So that's a lot of fun. So if you share that on your social, we'll run that program for 2 weeks. Once this goes live, from the date this goes live and out, we'll run this promotion for 2 weeks. So share it on your social channels, share it with other people who, give. And obviously everybody listening in the audience, dig deep, help this amazing organization continue to grow, help us build this barn, revitalize this barn, add these bedrooms to this barn. It's such an exciting thing because that's what this thing is all about. And as we bring this in for a landing, Melanie, Jennifer, any final thoughts?
I'm looking at Jennifer.
She gave you the eyes. She gave you the eyes. She said, all right, you're up.
I just want women and people in general, but especially women, to know that there is hope out there. There is life. There is recovery.
good.
And your journey is your own.
Yeah.
And everybody's looks different. Mine looks one way, Melanie's another, but at the end, there's God, there's recovery, and there's hope for something better.
That's
awesome.
beautiful. Yeah.
So good.
I don't know if I can add anything to that. I think that was great. I love that you keep saying hope. There's always hope. There's life, there's hope. And the beautiful thing about sharing our journeys together is that we get to experience it together. We get to find that hope together. We get to see that light that you see in us. We get to give that, not give it, but be a part of it with these women and see the light come on and see the hope come on. They come from, they're very crumpled and ashamed and dark, and they just start to light up and blossom with us. And we get to see that and be a part of that. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's wonderful. Dave, any final thoughts?
No, if you want to give, you can go to mBridge Global, and go to donate page. You can text 44321, Blue Creek at 44321, and check out haven@bluecreek.com just for more information.
That's awesome. And Ralph will
Thank
throw
you so
that
much.
website into the show notes there, and that'll be pretty cool. Well, listen, thank you guys for joining us. It's been an awesome morning. For the audience, dig deep. Support this incredible organization, Haven at Blue Creek. If you are an entrepreneur, or even if you're not an entrepreneur, whatever you're doing in life, take a moment and support these incredible women at Haven at Blue Creek. If you like this show, give us a like, give us a follow, drop your comments into the comment box. I'm your host, Dave Westcott. Follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere where it's social. We're hanging out. We are here 9:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time each and every week. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, guys. It was an awesome
you.
show.
Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mike Bott from Frost Solutions, one of the owners of the company. What we do is provide a mini weather station to give you a tailored forecast to those particular locations, so you know where and when and what to do in those parts of town. You know there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different ways that people can experience tremendous value having a technology like this.
Introducing the all-new Western Enforcer V-Plow. Engineered with all the features, efficiency, and performance of full-size Western V-Plows, built specifically for your half-ton truck. For more information, visit westernplows.com.